back to my channel. I'm Elizabeth St. Hilaire, and today I wanted to share with you a few projects that were created on my Patreon page. We had a painting prompt over the last 2 months that was 19 individual in-depth tutorial videos on my progress from start to finish doing a commissioned 30 by 40 Peacock collage. So that was big, huge collage, and I gave my patrons an option to do a proportional reduction, which I think was about 12 by 16, but it seemed like a lot of folks did sort of intermediate big sizes, and I know at least Jeanne did the full 30 by 40 size. So I wanted to share with you this week a little peek into the student work that's being done in Patreon, and it's really inspiring for me to see my work come to life on other people's easels and to see their take and what they learned from my tutorial lessons. And it really makes me feel good to see such beautiful work happening as a result of my video lessons. I think I must be doing a good job. So the first one that we're going to look at together is by Tamsen Fox. And Tamsen did a lot of beautiful stacked teal tail feathers with the little yellow detail in each one. She kept very mindful of making each stacked tail feather a different piece of paper for the visual variety, and so that they all separate out as individual tail feathers. I know that was a lot of work. Just looking at this, there's yellows, there's oranges, there's blues, there's teals, there's greens, and there's a lot of beautiful detail and a lot of arced patterning that Tamsen made use in those tail feathers. So it's beautiful. And then in the body of the peacock, when it comes out the chest, is nice and highlighted. It's dark under the chin. It's dark by the beak and under the eye. I love the shading on the body of this. And I also love some of those really cool papers to the left of the face that are in the tail feathers with the little tick marks on it. They look like dashes and dots. I love that texture of the paper. And of course, all the color in the peacock feathers eyes at the top. So Tamsen did a beautiful job, a lot of gorgeous texture in that neck and body, and a gorgeous, beautiful job following along with the painting prompt. I will put Tamsen's Instagram tag and anybody Instagram handle and anybody else that gave me theirs down below the video, so you can look up these artists and what they're doing. Let's see. My next one is by Jeanne Aloia. At the time of this publishing, Jeanne had been working on a little bit of collage, I think up at the top or in the back. Yeah, looks like a little bit of collage in the back, but at this point, the head and neck and the stacked tail feathers are still painted, because I have a full acrylic underpainting underneath each collage. So the step before collage is acrylic underpainting. So at this point, she's halfway through collage in the back tail feathers and working towards the front, with the front right now still being painted. That's Jeanne Aloia. I know hers is actually 30 by 40. She was calling him Percival Peacock, and I know she's going to be thrilled that hers is one of the ones I was able to share today. So, all right. The next one is Caroline's, and Caroline has got those beautiful tail feathers stacked up behind and also outlined. I don't know if she outlined with collage or she outlined with black and then left space between, but I really like the dark edges of those feathers. They look fantastic. But especially my favorite part is the feathers on the chest, and as they go down the neck, they're just all going in the right direction. They're very feathery feeling. The top of the head is very fluffy, feathery feeling. I really get a sense of texture and shading and color in this piece by Caroline. And also lots of lovely feather eyes up at the top, lots of color in that, but meticulous detail in those stacked tail feathers and in the direction and in the texture of the feathers in the body and the head. A beautiful job by Caroline. Caroline has taken several online classes from me, as well as been on Patreon for a while, and her improvement just continues to grow and grow and grow. I'm super excited for Caroline. The next one is by Terry. And Terry decided to do the more realistic golden and greenish tail feathers. My client wanted the tail feathers to be teal. So when I did my underpainting in the lesson, I told the students that I was going to be making them a deviation from the reference photo and that those feathers would be teal as per the client's request. But Terry made them the yellow and yellow green, and that offers that super great contrast of the blue head and neck against the yellow back tail feathers. That's a big, bold contrast that's happening here in Terry's piece that didn't happen in mine when I switched the tail feather color. I like how the yellow stands out against the blue. It's a very Van Gogh palette, and I really like how the tail feathers of Terry's stand out against the blue, and that to me makes the head and neck really more of the focus, because it is that blue that's coming forward off the yellow towards you in her piece. So beautiful job with the feather eyes up in the top, lots of color, black and white tail feathers at the bottom. A really nice job of following this painting prompt and taking your own spin on it. Really nice work by Terry. Barbara she posted and said that she's been working on her own version, and you can see by this one, Barbara's infused a lot of pink and purple and orange up at the top, pink in the tail feathers, which I love. She went teal, blue with the tail feathers, but infused that pink and purple and orange up towards the top. So, beautiful, really, really beautiful. And I love the color deviations and her doing her own take. So far that is just a small sampling of the students who have done the Peacock series. And I filmed every single step of my progress and published it for my patrons. Also, when you are part of Patreon, you have immediate access to all previously published archived material. That goes all the way back to May of 2020. So I'm really glad that these ladies were willing to have their paintings shared in this video. Patreon is a month-to-month subscription. It is a 30-day commitment and no longer. You can come and go at any time. You can stay for a while, leave and come back. It's at patreon.com/Elizabeth St. Hilaire, or in your upper right-hand corner, I'll give you a link. And come on over for $25 and try your hand at the Peacock Video Series. This project, like I said, the videos were from the very minute that I primed the board all the way through me taking it to Fedex to ship it out. So it is the complete workshop, if you want to call it, the complete series of lessons, and I think that you would love it. Put your stuff in the Facebook group and see how your work holds up against these beautiful peacocks. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on Patreon.